Okay, now it's time to move on to our spice rack. So I have this old school Lazy Susan spice rack, which is great because I kind of divide it up in two sides. So this is our savory side with, you gotta have your Lowry's, and then you have some of your spicier things like your Cajun mixes, your barbecue. So this is really like my husband's side because this is the side he likes to operate out of the most. Also, you always have to have your favorites like oregano, rosemary, thyme, basil, and dillweed. These are great because you can really spice up things like poultry or eggs or even beef. So those are a must staple. Then of course you always have to have some of your Asian spices like your curry powder and your garam masala, and then you have sesame seeds, and I always have a packet of whatever kind. I think I have some ginger and some ras al hanout and turmeric, things like that, which are great. Turmeric is really great for you health-wise. I always like to get stuff in bulk, so sometimes the bottles, I'll keep bottles, I'll find little bottles like this, and this is like fennel seeds, which you want to heat up in a pan and grind it with the old mortar and pestle to really deliver the most impact in your food, so you have a lot of punch to it. I always toast these up and put them in my breakfast sausage, and that gives it a great flavor, a little Italian flavor, a little licorice flavor. I like to keep bottles of bay leaf. These are bay leaf that I harvested from my tree. So you can do that, or you can find bay leaf like in bulk or a package and put them in a nice bottle jar like this. It's nice so you can see everything. If you have them in packages kind of get lost in the mix. I have some crazy stuff like juniper berries, which we do a lot of venison in our household because I've got some hunters. So we'll use juniper berries in that to make a stock, or actually to season up some of the meat. Kind of gives you like a Christmassy flavor. And this is one of my favorites is lavender. I like to use a pinch of lavender and grind it up and put it into cookies and to frostings. We have some star anise, which is great for braising. And then, as you can tell, we're getting a little bit sweeter. So we have some of your ginger, your cinnamon. Let me tell you about the cinnamon. What's important to me is you get this Vietnamese cinnamon. Like, the flavor is just so off the chain. The Vietnamese cinnamon is so different from the regular cinnamon you get in a bottle. So always look for Vietnamese or Saigon cinnamon. And it's really sweet and spicy. And then we have a bunch of flavorings, always with vanilla flavoring. My new cool one is, oh wait, this is almond extract. My new cool one is this vanilla bean paste, which packs a wallop of more vanilla punch into your cookies and your cakes and things like that. I really like this a lot. And you could also, it also works well if you're trying to put a little bit of vanilla in honey or something in a simple syrup to zhuzh up your lemonades or your teas or something like that. And then I always make sure that I have 100% pure like peppermint and also, Adam's Best is good. And you always see these, but Madagascar's are like the favorite, but I always keep some Adam's Best because it's easy to find. But I always look for 100% pure vanilla extract. So yeah, don't be overwhelmed by my pantry of spices because, as you know, I love to cook, so you're gonna have a lot. Even this was a gift from my friend, which is like assorted cooking salt. So you have vanilla cardamom salt, and then you have cocoa salt and vanilla lavender salt, which you also can make it yourself. You put a little bit of lavender in here, and you put a little bit of kosher salt and grind it up. You can refill these up as well. I love these. Chai seeds, always a cool flour, amaranth flour, because I was making bread of the dead, and I needed amaranth flour, and I never heard of it, but it's really awesome. It's used a lot in Mexican cooking or Hispanic cooking. And then just basic sugars. And and cocoa powders. I always like a good cocoa powder or something. When I found this one when we went, we were in Mexico, or I think we were in Belize when we got this. So yeah, so the coolest thing about using your spices is these are the things that are gonna really amp up your dishes and make them taste extraordinary. So get them organized. I don't expect yours to look as crazy full as mine, but you know, having some choice spices, being a little adventurous and trying to step out of your comfort zone will really amp up your food. And I hope you like this pantry remake on my spice rack.